the boy in the flesh, nigga. Shit. Know how I do it. Okay. Got the daily dose with me, nigga. I'm co-signing. Yo, weatherman, I'm making real so they can harvest the crops. If I don't come out, niggas gonna starve in the rock. You heard a leg burn, red phone, that's all mine. Young Dwayne Reed, drugs got them in all kinds. Got the purple and the white kind. I got the dark and the light kind. Pounds, bricks, and light lines. The name bundle, so I got it in boots. From the fiends to 11s, presenting the daily dose. 2 in the morning. I swear the things I do for you guys in this league. Woo, man. Alright, so we're back for another edition of previews and reviews. I'm going to talk about the No Ordinary Fantasy League of Haters. In order to stay up this late, I needed some inspiration. I hit that up. Alright, for those of you clamoring that I stopped playing Omega in my previous reviews, this might be the week that you get satisfied. This week I couldn't find any songs that he mixed and then remixed, so I'm going to have to go with a more contemporary playlist. Some of the things that are killing it at the club this year, or these last couple weeks. Gotta make sure that I have the right volume for Dago standards. Dago, let me know if it's too much, alright? Can you still hear it, but you still hear me? I don't gotta yell? You good? Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna cut down on the theatrics, gotta make this short. We're in the thick of things right now. It's week number 8. You pretty much know who you are now in terms of a team. The most important thing really right now to consider is making sure we pay our dues. So just about everyone said they would pay by the end of this month. Hopefully they were in line. Alright, let's get right into it. So get some politics out of the way. This week's highest scorer was Gurley and the Beast. Congratulations, late addition of Victor to the league. Nonetheless, he's made a definite impact. Crazy amount of waivers. Just about everything Packy complained about Illick not doing, Gurley is doing. Alright? The blowout goes to Deflate This. Deflate This beat El Chapo's escape route by 101.1 points. It was an amazing display of kickassery. And Brito deserves credit for being a masterful GM. He's even this week he still put through another trade. Fantastic. All right. The lowest score this week was El Chapo's escape route. No surprise there. That team seems to have no rhyme or reason. Okay, and we have the highest scorer on any team was Lamar Miller, who belongs to Gurley and the Beast. Think about that one and tell me if that's not scary. Gurley left. Well, I'll talk about that later. And nonetheless, a team that has Marshawn Lynch, Todd Gurley, and Lamar Miller of the newly found talented Miami Dolphins was the highest scorer on that team. All right, speaking of Miami Dolphins, first this week I'm going to talk about Hingles McCrickleberries versus Fuck You Ben Affleck. Hingles McCringles. What the fuck, man? That's stupid as fucking name. Hingles Kringles is number 1 overall, winner of 7 straight. His record is now 7-0 versus Fuck You Ben Affleck with a 6-1 record, and he's won 5 in a row. So 1-1, lost 1, and then railed off 5 in a row. Neither one of them picked anyone on waivers, and buys not affecting neither one of these teams too much. The only player on bye for Hingles Kringles is going to be Tyrod Taylor, who he's managed to replace and hasn't really missed a beat. He's still scoring a ton of points, still winning games, so no big deal. For Fuck You Ben Affleck, well, we have a couple of defensive players out. No one of note, really. We have Jenkins in Philadelphia, Darby in Buffalo. Not that it matters. Last week's matches were highly influenced by Jarvis Landry, 2 touchdowns, 4 Kringles last week. Andrew Luck just putting, just call it an all-around performance from Fuck You Ben Affleck. His highest scorer was Andrew Luck, but the usual performers, Andrew Luck, Devonta Freeman, yada, yada, yada. All right, moving on. We have number 8, Gurley and the Beast. Winners of 2 in a row with a current record of 3 and 4. For a team that was dead in the water a couple of weeks ago, they're all of a sudden a contender. The team is stacked, as we've heard him say on a couple of occasions, versus ranked number 13, Loud Modafoka. I'm going to start saying it like that, Modafoka. Modafoka is 1-6, and they really have no direction. They need to start doing something. Waivers isn't working for you, buddy. Free agency ain't getting nothing done. I forgave you this year. You're no longer my fantasy nemesis. Let's get a trade going. All right? Make use of whatever talent you still got left and then try to spoil it for someone because you're making it too easy. The highest scorer last week going against a team that probably won't even score 100 points. This week's waivers for Gurley, Chris Polk. According to the Roto Wires, it's a toss-up as to who's going to replace Arian Foster. So it could go either way. The 2 biggest names on the waiver wire this week were Alfred Blue, Chris Polk, Gurley, who already has Todd Gurley, Marshawn Lynch. Lamar Miller has also now landed Chris Polk. Scary thought. All right. This week on bye, we got Julius Thomas and Jordan Reed. I don't think this will affect this team too much since he already had 3 tight ends. And after this week, only one of them is still going to be without a bye week. So, wait, now actually, Safarian Jenkins was already on bye. So, none of his tight ends are ever going to be on bye. Great trade bait. Bye week for Loud Murafuka is going to be LaShawn McCoy, Sammy Watkins, and Sam Bradford. What can we say? McCoy, solid scorer since he's been back. He's looking like the old LaShawn McCoy. Sammy Watkins has been injured, so he doesn't miss too much. Add him to the pile of injured or questionable players you got. I don't know why you're still holding on to Victor Cruz. And now you're adding Sammy Watkins to this mix. I can give you receivers. Let's make a deal. Let's go. Sam Bradford, recent pickup. You got Drew Brees. I don't think you're even starting Sam Bradford, so it doesn't hurt much. I think Drew Brees already had his bye week, so I'm honestly not understanding why you're keeping Sam Bradford around. But cada loco con su tema. Moving on. Last week, like I said, highest scorer was Lamar Miller. The highest scorer for Loud Murafoka was John Brown, playing on Monday Night Football. So that just goes to show you. Next matchup is Hide Your Trash, ranked number 9. Also 3 and 4, but it scored less points than Gurley and the Beast. Versus number 11, the Brown Brady Bunch. Both of these teams are on a skid. Hide Your Trash, losing 2 in a row recently. Dropped one to El Forte. And then we have the Brown Brady Bunch, who's dropped 4 in a row. They went from 2 and 1 to 2 and 2, and all of a sudden now they're 2 and 5. Wow. This was a precipitous drop. I don't know how you get that bad that quick. What is it that isn't clicking on that team? Antonio Brown, affected by the fact that Ben Roethlisberger is missing. Yeah, but you were one of the highest scoring teams 2 weeks in a row. I don't get it. A tough luck loss at the beginning, a win, and then after that it's been all downhill. Lost 4 in a row. Waivers this week, he picked up Kyrie Robinson. I think you already had Kyrie Robinson. You're kind of dropping him. You're picking him up. Looking to help out Mark Ingram, I suppose. You know, doing the whole stacking. I'll let it go. Whatever works, man. Just get a win this week. You're going up against Hide Your Trash, who has Matt Jones on bye week. Matt Jones, he's on his starting lineup, but he's not a great player, so I don't even know what to think about that one. He's getting back Aaron Rodgers, who wasn't or was conspicuously absent last week. He was missed as his team, I think, barely cracked 60 points, didn't even get to 70. Doesn't matter, I win that one. Bye weeks for the Brown Brady Bunch, we have Ryan Matthews, Allen Robinson. That may be a big miss there. uh, Charles Clay, and Carlos Williams. So basically, Buffalo's on bye week after having played in London, as well as Jacksonville. All right, last week's top performers: Joe Flacco, 14 points. Didn't matter. Still couldn't beat El Forte. For the Brown Brady Bunch, top performer was Tom Brady. Still didn't matter. Couldn't win his week matchup last week either. So the only good news about this matchup is, after having losing weeks, somebody has to break out. Someone has to win. I'm realizing that I'm not making picks, so let me go back. Just quickly. I'm going to pick. Neither one is really affected by this week's matchup, so I'm going to pick FIBA to bid Kringleberries. We need to break that O. Pop that cherry, if you will. Fuck you, Ben Affleck. Tie it up. Let's see what you do. Girly and the Beast beats Loud Motherfucker. No even nothing to debate there. I'm thinking that after this week, both Hide Your Trash and Brown Brady Bunch will be 3 and 5. If you don't know your math, that means I'm picking Brown Brady Bunch. All right, next matchup. Number 12, El Chapo Escape Route, making a really hard push to be number 14th overall. It's going to be tough because in the battle of attrition, they're at least currently in the lead. Versus number 3, the Gotham City Rogues. Gotham City Rogues are reeling, even though they won last week. They got a one. I can't even call it a streak. It's just a win. El Chapo did promise that he was going to go streaking after he got his win. And so far, he's lost 4 in a row. So, streak indeed. Just the wrong direction. In the waivers, El Chapo picked up Nate Washington. After 1 week, I guess he overreacted. Just wanted to pick something. In the words of my cousin Juan, just got to shake something up. So, shake it up. I don't think Nate Washington is going to be as good as he was last week, but whatevs. Going against Houston this week. Kobe Fleener for the Gotham City Rogues. I didn't think that tight end was your downfall. But whatever. Bye weeks. Alfred Morris and DeMarco Murray. You may be hurt by the absence of Murray. Alfred Morris, I guess you're just holding on to him for sentimental value. He's never going to break out. He's not going to be anything. He is done. All right. Top performers for El Chapo was the kicker, Josh Brown. That is sad as hell. And Gotham City Rogues were greatly helped by their top performer, Danny Woodhead. Also helped me because he caught 2 of those touchdowns. 27 points for Woodhead. And the beneficiary on the throwing side was Phillip Rivers. Moving on to the next matchup, we have Deflate This, who is going up against May the Forset be with you. Both of them are streaking. Deflate This has won 3 in a row. Made some genius moves. He may make me out to be looking like a fool at the end of this. Did I pick Gotham City Rogues? I mean, I'm all over the place with this fucking shit. Gotham City Rogues beat El Chapo. No reason to debate that. Deflate This, great team, very high score against May the Forset be with you. Had they played last week, probably would have won, but it's a new week, so let's see what we got here. In the waivers, May the Forset finally got a waiver. He was number 2. He picked up Alfred Blue, who's the replacement to Arian Foster. Still got Forset. Forget who your second running back is. But given the matchup, I don't even see you really playing Alfred Blue. You're getting back all of your Cincinnati Bengals. But due to bye weeks, you'll be playing without Blake Bortles or Corey Graham. On the Deflate This side, you will be playing without Talvin Smith, Zach Ertz, or Alan Hearns. Alan Hearns is probably your biggest loss there. You traded T.Y. Hilton, who was your leading scorer last week, and you got back in return Kendrick West, probably to make up for the loss of Arian Foster. And see who else, if I can pull this up real quick. May not have time to pull it up. Who cares? You recently made a trade with Donnie, and basically you got rid of T.Y. Hilton. So I don't know. You'll either be a genius or you'll be a sucker at the end of this. Number 7, Deflate This at 4-3. Number 4, May the Force Be With You, after having dropped 2 in a row, is now 5-2. I'm going to pick May the Force Be With You in this matchup. Number 14, Turn Down for What, currently at 1-6, versus number 10, the Real City Butterflies. Well, they say that Ivan can't lose them all. This is your chance. Turned Out for What did not make any waiver claims. They have no one on bye week. Last week's top performer was Ladarius Green. For the Real City Butterflies, they picked up Eric Ebron. They will have TJ Yeldon, who broke out last week, had a great game. Sproles and Crowder all on bye week. Even though TJ Yeldon had a great game, the highest scorer on that team last week was Derek Carr. Derek Carr going to play this week, and whatever, you're playing other league. This is basically a bye week. So on bye week for Turn Down for What, his entire team, your bye week. All right, the last matchup. All right, we're closing it out with Omega El Forte, currently at 4-3, and the number 6, Charkandrick, I Choose You. Don't know what you're going to do now that you traded Charkandrick. Going to have to change that name. Also at 4-3, but you're number 6. Both of these are currently playoff teams. This matchup right now may have matchup or playoff implications, especially given the fact that a loss here can drop either one of these teams out of the playoffs. Affected by bye weeks this week, Omega is going to be playing without Pierre Garçon. Charkandrick will be without Jordan Matthews. Dan Carpenter, the kicker. Don't know why you would want to hold on to him. Deshaun Jackson and Paul Pozluzny. I don't even know how to say that. Pozluzny. Last week's leading scorers were Mike Evans for Omega El Forte. I'm going to start him this week. I just got news that Vincent Jackson is going to be out. So maybe that means more work for Mike Evans. I feel like I've been talking super fast through this. I've been trying to get it under 20 minutes. Need a drink. Hold on. Where we at now? Okay. Mike Evans starting this week. I expect another big game. Charkandrick, their leading scorer last week was Ryan Fitzpatrick. Great pickup after having dropped Matt Stafford, who all of a sudden has new life. Picked up by Brito. This guy, I mean, probably the GM of the year if it goes to Brito. Year of the underdog. Go figure. Mets lost today. Speaking of underdogs. You'll probably be starting T.Y. Hilton this week against my team, the Omega El Forte. Keep in mind, Omega El Forte managed to get by on the toughest bye week where I played against so many of my players, man. No Matt Forte, no Randall Cobb. My 2 first picks were out. If I survive that and won, I think my chances are good this week. This week I'm going to go with me, Omega Forte. Why would I ever pick against myself? So guys, checking out the clock, 18 minutes. There were no real questions this week. Didn't see anything fishy. We are where we are. It's not too much to talk about. Unfortunately, I don't have a guest, but I'm working on getting someone to join me as a guest host via satellite. I'm looking forward to seeing next week's matchup, next week's results, and next week's previews. Don't really have much to say. To all of you guys playing in the basketball league, I'm glad basketball is back. The chat has been super active. We've kind of ignored the football chat. Let's get a little chatter going. You know, a little bit more than just the gambling talk. And I guess that'll be it, man. There's no reason to extend this any longer. Guys, good luck this week. You know who you are. Pay your dues. Deuces.